we go. October 7th, 2016. Heading up to camp about 9 o'clock in the morning. I gotta make a repair to one of my stands up there that I have. So we're gonna do that. Get some spray foam. We're gonna seal up some gaps in the micro cabin. Get some of that scrap wood cleared out of there. But anyway, right now it's cloudy and it's rainy. It's gonna get windy in a little bit, but that should only be for a few hours. I was hoping to do some burning up there and get that wood all burned up, but I don't think that's gonna happen. We'll see how it goes when I get up there. All right, check back in as I get back on the road later on, or when we arrive up at camp. Alright, just fixed the tree stand. Haven't been up here in about a year, but it was some supports were falling down, so I had to get out the broken screws and put in some new screws, and it seems to be a lot more stable now. So hopefully this will be good for this year, and check on it again next year. So what happened was these got broken. They backed out, broke just from the tree moving. So I had to put some other screws in, just some 3-inch screws, and that seems to work. I had to countersink some of them, and then on the lower supports I didn't have to because it sits flush up to the bark or the tree. So I just added 4 more on each one, and that made it a lot more stable, and we'll just check it out for next year. I might have to replace those larger bolts. So you can see there's another one there that popped out. There's 2 more actually. I took one out. But it's done for the year. Check back on it next year. Well, I'm at the wood shed getting some of this wood picked out, and I threw a piece of wood here and it landed right in that bear scat. Look at that. Bear was walking right next to me, and look how mushy that is. So I don't know, that could be a day or 2 old, but yep, there's bears around here. 45 degrees in the micro cabin, October 7th, 2016. So we're up at the micro cabin today, and I filled some gaps in the cabin here to keep out some of them insects with the foam in a can. Worked pretty good. So that's done. Finished the tree stand with basically fixed some of the supports that were broken. And that's it for that for this year. I'll show you some of the gaps we sealed. Areas like that where some of the plywood came together, had some gaps in it, and all that can be shaved off or left. It really doesn't matter. And then up there we had quite a bit of gaps, and then in that corner there. So that's pretty much it for the day. I was going to try to get some of this wood burned today, but it's been raining. And it's not raining now, but it's overcast and cloudy. So I've got some boards of plywood leaned up against the back of the cabin. I'm going to probably haul out of here. So yeah, let me show you this little folding table I made. The camera's actually sitting on it right now. So there you can see the table. Couple hinges under there. And the latch right there. And this is just for extra support. And that's it. Saves room when not in use, and when in use, there we go. Pretty simple. So I got some future plans to finish this micro cabin. And well, one is this ongoing project of fitting the door. It's not quite lining up with the striker. That'll wait till next year. Another big thing is I want to cut the hole in the side for the picture window to go in, and I'll show you that now. And as you can see, the framing of it, it's pretty good size. Takes up the whole wall pretty much, except for, you know, about 16 inches on each side. That's not bad. You know, future loft maybe, right, for storage. Because I got some height in here. And then once that window's in, probably not going to do a whole lot with the exterior. But I painted it this year, so I'm not too worried about the exterior. I'd really like to get going on the interior. And the plans would be for this is just to do some tongue and groove pine or something, and we'll just put it together and slap it in. That'll finish the walls. And after that I got some flooring, pretty much just laminate flooring. I think it's a darker brown color, and that'll be it for that. Getting the walls on the inside done and the floor laid down, I'll think about building the addition to it on the back. But for now, I don't have anything in here. There's no electricity, obviously no water. So I just use a buddy heater for the heat, and that's it. But it's coming along nicely. It's a work in progress. You know, it takes me a couple hours to get up here, so I'm not up here all the time. Pretty much just half a dozen times a year or less I can get up here. And next year I'd like to have at least the interior worked on and get that for the most part completed. But it's one of those things, you have to set your goals a little bit less than what you would think. Working this far out in the woods, and you know, I can't run to the store. It takes me, depends, 30-45 minutes to get to the store from here. So I pretty much make sure I pack everything in the truck and take it with me. So I have to plan accordingly, depending on what projects I have. Other than that, it's been you know, a blast. I love it. It's a learning experience for me. This is a good structure to build. It was fairly easy. 2 guys to do it though. This is the actual second year that I built it last year. So technically it's only a little over a year old. So it's pretty good. I like it. So I think that's going to be it for this year. And hopefully she'll weather another winter. Did really good last winter. And there's no reason to think anything otherwise. But beyond that, I'll probably just pack up what I have and, like I said, grab some of those boards, put them in the truck, take them home. And then start planning my my projects for the micro cabin for 2017. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Yeah, check this view out. All them maples, isn't that pretty? There we go, all cleaned up for the year. Have a good winter, Mr. Microcabin. See you in the spring. Tire's low on air. Keep an eye on it as we go down the road here. Hopefully it'll get me home. Well, I had to leave camp early because I noticed my rear tire was leaking. It was going flat. Now I got about 90 miles of a drive to get back home, but there's a few gas stations between here and there, so I'll keep an eye on it. If it gets back down to about, you know, looking where I need to add some air, I'll pull in and add some. I have a tire plug if I need to stop at the next gas station if it's going down fast. I'll try to look a little more closer to see if I can find exactly where it is and plug it while I have access to air. Otherwise, if it can get me home, that's great. I'll deal with it then.